My name is Jim Kavanagh. I serve as chair of this committee. By law, the committee consists of members appointed by specific elected officials. The other members are Joe Apicella, to my right, appointed by the county executive. Maria Fernandez, to Joe's right, appointed by the governor. Larry Wilson, on the end, appointed by Senator Stuart Cousins. And Frank Jarris, next to me, appointed by Assemblyman Nader Sayed. So we are the members of the CAC. And we are charged with reviewing the Empire City application. To achieve this, each member of the committee has been reviewing the application, and today is for public comment. The Gaming Facility Location Board established September 30th, 2025, so about a month and almost 20 days from now, as a date by which this committee must vote as to whether the project should be advanced to the next stage in the process. We'd like to thank the committee. The committee would like to thank the library for making this facility available. They've been great and very helpful in helping us, and we appreciate that. So before we start, I'd like to set out just a couple of ground rules, which I think will make this go as well as it can for everybody. First of all, this is a public hearing, so it's a time for everyone who wants to speak to us. It's not meant to be a forum for back and forth between us or between MGM. It really is meant for you to speak to us. If you haven't signed up at the table out back, we ask that you do that for identification purposes. And everyone gets 3 minutes to make a statement. So we have a countdown clock in the front, and I would ask everyone to pay attention to that a little bit. Today's hearing is being live streamed. It's also being recorded, and it'll be posted online, as are all of our meetings, so you can see everything that we've done so far. That would be our initial meeting to organize. It is the presentation from MGM. Those are online. Tonight's hearing will be online. There will be 2 hearings. The next one is scheduled for September 16th, which is going to be at the Yonkers Montessori School, which is 160 Woodlawn Avenue, not too far from Empire Casino. And you can also comment by email, which is the email address is MGM Empire City Public Comments at nystec.com. But if you can't remember that, just go to the New York Gaming Commission website, and it's really easy to navigate, and you'll find the point where you can see these recordings and where you can comment. So there's no deadline for submitting comments, but bear in mind that we are required by the state of New York to make our determination and send it to the state by September 30th. So if you haven't commented by September 30th, you're going to miss our part of the process. So if you do have something to say subsequent to tonight, send it to us before September 30th, if you would. Finally, I'd ask everyone to be courteous and not talk a lot while other people are talking. And I would ask people to pay attention to the 3-minute limit, because if you go over, you're basically making someone else wait for their turn, and we would rather not have that happen. So I'm going to turn it over to Narain Siddiqui, who is a consultant with NYSTEC. Her company has been hired by the Gaming Commission to work with us to facilitate these meetings. I believe she will be handling the role. So again, we'll get it going. And Narain?
Great. Thank you, Jim. Good evening, everyone. All right, now we're ready. Good evening, everyone. Like Jim said, I am Narain. I'll be calling speakers to the mic in order. When you signed up to speak, you should have received a card with a number on it. That is your speaker number. We have 2 mics available. I'll direct you to which mic we'll be working off of. We have 2 of my NYSTEC colleagues sitting at each mic, Joyce and Diane. Their hands are raised. As is process, we will allow elected officials to go first as a courtesy, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I would like to call up County Legislator Tubio to this mic over here.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is David Tubio, Westchester County Legislator, proudly representing the great cities of Yonkers and Mount Vernon. I stand here tonight to voice the concerns of my constituency in regard to the expansion and renovations that are planned for the MGM Empire Casino. My purpose here is not to demonize anyone for their point of view, as I feel that all sides of this issue are operating with the best of intentions. However, as a fourth-generation Yonkersite and a lifelong resident of this community, I have my concerns about the potential impact of this project because even the best of intentions can have unintended consequences. This project will no doubt bring with it an increase in traffic, an increase in noise, and an increased need for emergency and first responder services. Additionally, my constituents have a great number of concerns about the flood-prone streets in our neighborhoods. Will this get better or worse? Although I fully welcome the opportunity for job creation, economic growth, and additional revenue generation, the bottom line is that you cannot put a price tag on our quality of life. As someone who resides and represents the host community for this project, we need guarantees to ensure that the strains on emergency services and infrastructure are kept at least to a minimum. Now I see that the Yonkers City Council has unanimously approved the zoning for this project. I strongly urge this body to take into account the need of more and continuation of a conversation for community benefits agreement to properly ensure that our quality of life is maintained and that any potential negative impacts are mitigated. Some things that come to mind, already we need a two-man police sector car. That's already needed. We need more. Potentially there will be a 5,000-seat indoor arena. We're going to need much more with help with that. Stormwater issues, Yonkers Avenue and Raybrook Road, the pipes, very well and already are overwhelmed. We need help with that. Hall Place and Cumberland Drive and the surrounding neighborhoods are going to have noise issues and traffic issues. We need help with noise barriers and traffic lights to mitigate this. That's just a few. We are good neighbors. Treat us as such. Help us get to yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Two quick reminders I forgot to mention. Like Jim said, each speaker will have 3 minutes. There are timers right in front of you that will be reset for each new speaker. And then a quick reminder to please mute your cell phones. And with that, I'd like to call speakers 2 through 6 up to this mic, please.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. None of this happens, and there's no concerns and nothing to mitigate unless Yonkers gets the. I will. Yes. All right. So, good evening. My name is Ed Cook. I serve as the Vice President of the Westchester Putnam Building Trades, proudly representing 35 skilled tradesmen and women, many who call the city of Yonkers home. I also represent the United Brotherhood of Carpenters as a business representative, advocating for only over 450 union carpenters who live in the city. They pay taxes here, they raise their families here, and they deeply care about their community. If you ask them, Yonkers is the best place on earth. But here's the truth. Most of their work is outside Yonkers. That's why this project matters so much, because it can change that. This isn't just about a casino expansion. It's about opportunity, investment, and building a better future for Yonkers. MGM has already proven themselves to be an outstanding partner in our city. They've created good paying jobs, they provided real careers and elevated income levels for local workers, and they've done it with integrity. As a managing member working directly with MGM on behalf of the Carpenters Union, I can tell you this is a company that leads with people-first approach. Their management styles feels like a family, and their commitment to workforce development and corporate responsibility is genuine and impactful. Now let's talk about what this expansion brings. A world-class entertainment venue, concert, community events, even high school graduations. This is an infrastructure project that strengthens our city, not just economically, but socially and culturally. We understand there are concerns about law enforcement, fire protections, traffic. These are real, and we respect them all. But we know that solutions come with collaboration. MGM is committing to working with the city leaders to address those challenges head on, because what affects you affects them as well. The benefits far outweigh the obstacles. This is a project that will open doors to Yonkers youth through apprenticeship programs that lead to lifelong careers in the trades. These aren't temporary jobs, they're careers with dignity, benefits, and upward mobility. The economic impact will ripple far beyond Yonkers into Lower Westchester and the Bronx and the communities that have long needed investment. None of this happens without Yonkers receiving the license. None of it happens without your support. So tonight, on behalf of the Westchester Putnam Building Trades and the hardworking men and women we represent, I ask you, stand with us to support this project. Help us build a future for Yonkers that lifts families, strengthens schools, and creates lasting progress. Let's not stop progress by getting stuck in what ifs. What ifs don't create jobs. What ifs don't fund city services. And what if they don't build careers. But this project will. And Yonkers needs the revenue, and none of this matters unless the casino gets its license. So let's support the casino. Let's support good jobs and growth in this community. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Kristen A. Cridge. I've been a resident of Yonkers, New York for over 25 years. I am against the city obtaining a full gaming license. I have 2 words for everyone: Duo Bar. I lived right in the area where the Duo Bar was. For those that aren't familiar, the Duo Bar was a living nightmare for every resident within a 2-block radius. The drugs, gangs, prostitution, insanely loud music, people partying, drinking, getting high in the street made our neighborhood unsafe and unbearable. Many of us complained to the liquor board, nothing. We called the police, but they were too stretched and could only respond if someone was available. We complained to Mayor Spano, who did nothing because he was too busy with Lionsgate Films. We complained to our city council person, John Rowell. He did nothing because he was helping the mayor with Lionsgate Films. A casino with a full gaming license will bring all of the above crime, and it will be handled in the same sorry fashion as the Duo Bar. Traffic will be impossible to control with the amount of people coming from every direction. We are already a wealthy city. That's why the mayor and the city council brought Lionsgate Films in, quote unquote, for the city. Now they're giving the same lip service for the casino that is going to benefit the city. The only benefactor, are the investors. The residents will suffer. We have the current income from the casino, Lionsgate, as well as other big companies. Where is all that money going? We need a low-cost spay-neuter clinic in our city. We have cats and kittens, animals being tortured on our streets at the hands of cruel humans. Why is the city not holding those that are dumping unspayed, unneutered cats and kittens accountable by way of city cameras and hefty fines? I've spent over a decade advocating for this low-cost spay-neuter clinic. I sent proposals to the mayor, to city council, only to fall on deaf ears. More buildings equal more destruction. We are losing our compassion and our kindness for animals, the environment, and for each other. Lastly, we also need a proper recreation center for our youth so they have something better to do than crime. Their minds need to be stimulated with art, music, dance, being physical with martial arts, or maybe even American Ninja Warrior workout room. They need tutoring to help with schoolwork. In short, we need to practice what isn't practiced enough: kindness and compassion. We need to do this because we've practiced indifference, apathy, and greed for far too long. And all it's gotten us are sky-high taxes and taken us further from each other instead of bringing us all together. Again, I say no to a full gaming casino license for all our well-being. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Armanda Mareno. I was born and raised in Yonkers. I attended Yonkers Public Schools and graduated at Roosevelt High School just a couple of blocks away. Today, I currently live in Yonkers, where I bought my house with my wife and 3 children who have all gone to Yonkers Public Schools as well. My wife currently serves the community as a Yonkers Public School teacher. She has been teaching now for the last 20 years and is currently teaching in the very school that she went to as a kid. After high school, I joined the Carpenters Union and entered the apprenticeship program. That experience put me on a solid career path and gave me the tools I needed to raise a family right here in what I believe is the greatest city in the world. Over time, I worked my way up to become a business representative in the Carpenters Union, proudly representing hardworking men and women across Westchester County. I spent my career building other communities, and now it's time to build this one. Yonkers needs this project. It will open career paths in the trades, relieve families pressures on our residents, pressures on our residents, and generate millions in tax revenue. This is money we desperately need to fix our aging schools, improve infrastructure, and support essential city services. Let's not get stuck debating hypothetical problems. Let's focus on real tangible benefits this project brings. We have a world-class company willing to continue to invest in our city and in our people. I also support the community's call for more police presence, fire services, and small traffic migration plans. But let's be clear, if this project isn't approved, none of these things will happen. Our taxes will keep rising, our schools will continue to decline, and our opportunities will remain limited. Let's seize this opportunity. Let's support MGM, not just as a business, but as a partner. With strong oversight and community engagement, we can make this project work for us. Let's harness the power of this opportunity for our youth, for our unemployed, and for the future of Yonkers. Let's build something great together. Thank you.
My name is Joshua Doller, and I'm a longtime resident of Westchester County. I currently live in New Rochelle. For more than a decade through my work at Nicholas & Lentz Communications, I've had the honor of supporting public relations efforts for Empire City Casino, first under the Rooney family, and for the past 6 years under MGM Resorts after it acquired the property in 2019. I'm here today to fully support MGM Empire City's application for a commercial casino license, not just for the many reasons many in our community have already voiced, but also because I have a unique perspective on the property's contributions and its incredible potential. Empire City has been a beacon of community support for many years, and that support has only increased since MGM Resorts acquired the property. MGM's focus has always been on supporting its employees, community partners, and the long-term success of Yonkers. Here are just a few examples. When Empire City closed in 2020 because of the COVID pandemic, MGM Resorts provided employees access to the Employee Emergency Fund to help pay rent, insurance, and other essentials, in addition to taking care of its employees, along with other investments, facility upgrades for employees, guests, and the more than $1 million to upgrade the racing experience at Yonkers Raceway. It has also been a privilege to help share the many stories of MGM's philanthropic giving, and also to celebrate many employee promotions, milestones, and awards. This also includes the many foundation grants MGM Resorts and Empire City have awarded to local area nonprofits to address core community needs around food insecurity, education, and workforce development. I've seen firsthand the impacts these grants have had. I was fortunate enough to volunteer at a local food distribution event last year supported by Empire City employees, many of whom donate their own time to serve their community. It was inspiring to see that passion and commitment they had to give back. Just one example of the thousands of volunteer hours Empire City employees commit to each year in the communities where they live. For me personally, as a Westchester resident raising 2 young children here, I know the direct impact MGM's revenue has in funding schools and helping to stabilize property taxes that are already among the highest in the country. Too many graduates are leaving the county because they can't afford to live here. Projects like this help reverse that trend, creating new opportunities for residents to explore careers with companies like MGM, allowing them to stay here in Westchester. Opportunities I hope that will be available for my children in the future. In conclusion, MGM Resorts is more than a casino. It's a tremendous economic development project with billions in direct and indirect impact. If we want Westchester to grow, we need companies of this global size and scale to create jobs, bring in visitors, and in turn support local vendors and nonprofit. This property has been a part of our community for 126 years, transcending generations of families. It's time to give it the opportunity to grow into its full potential for the next century. But that can only happen if the state grants the gaming license it has long awaited and earned. I am proud to fully support MGM Empire City's application and ask the CAC, the CAC, to recognize the historic, economic, and priceless community value of this project. Thank you. And with 1 second to spare.
Good evening, members of Empire City Community Advisory Council, community members, and fellow union brothers and sisters. My name is Devon Lomax. I'm proud to serve as political director for District Council 9. We are the painters and allied trades union representing over 10,000 hardworking women and men who build and maintain the power in New York. I'm also a Yonkers resident and a union member myself. We're here tonight because of Empire City has the potential to deliver more than entertainment. It can deliver opportunity. This project can be a model for economic growth that will truly benefit working people of Yonkers, the Bronx, and the surrounding region. This means good paying, family-sustaining union jobs, both during construction and once the doors open. This means apprenticeship and career pathways for young people. I myself started in the union 20 years ago this year, and I've seen how a union apprenticeship can change our lives, and it allowed me to buy my first home here in Yonkers. And they earn while they learn and stay in the communities they grew up in. While developers work hand in hand with labor, we get quality work done safely, on time, with the highest standards. Most importantly, we get projects that circulate wages back into local businesses, keep families in their homes, and help working class neighborhoods thrive. Empire City is not just a casino, it's about investment in people. I urge the committee to ensure that commitments to union labor, training, and permanent career opportunities are locked in from day one. If we get this right, we can create a ripple effect of good jobs, economic stability that will last for decades. Thank you for your time and for making sure working people have their voice in this process.
Thank you. Can I get speaker numbers 7 to 11, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Francoise Patrico, and I'm still working full-time as a healthcare surveyor. I wish to thank the commission for this opportunity to speak and the council. However, I would like to give my opinion and comments about what I think needs to happen before this project is improved. One is the infrastructure, the roads, the buses. I take the bus number 20. It is an abomination. Only 1 in 4 go past Yonkers Avenue or Cross County now. When I get on a Woodlawn, I can't get on. I wait for half hour or more. In addition, there's another issue, not only of roads, of mass transit, it is the issue of taxes. We pay the highest taxes in the country, and as a Yonkers resident, we have the privilege, the only city that pays an extra payroll tax in all of Westchester County. What do we get for that? We have schools that are totally underfunded, that do not have the budgetary revenue that is needed to support the schools, despite the fact that we've had a racino and a casino. This has to change. This must change now, because if it doesn't, we will have no option but to leave. The other option would be for this committee to consider the MGM contribute some funds to improve the infrastructure. This is not a small project. This is a huge project, will not only affect the immediate community, but the whole neighborhood and region. This area of Yonkers Avenue and Central Park Avenue is a bottleneck right now. It is impossible to get to and from where you have to go. Please consider this before you approve this project. Thank you so much.
Good evening, members of the Community Advisory Council, fellow community members, and distinguished guests.
My name is Andrew Cerelli, Vice President of Mareno Brothers Corp. Construction Company. And I'm here today just not as a vendor, but as someone who's seen firsthand the positive impact that Empire Casino has had on our community. When we talk about Yonkers and the surrounding region, we talk about resilience, growth, and opportunity. Empire City has been a catalyst for all three. It has created jobs, supported local businesses, and drawn visitors who spend money in our restaurants, shops, and service industries. The proposal for you today, granting MGM Empire City a full commercial casino license, is not just about expanding a business, it's about expanding opportunity. It's about creating thousands of well-paying jobs from construction to hospitality to operations. It's about bringing billions in private investments to our city, investment that will stay here, circulate here, and strengthen our economy. It's also about direct community benefits, hundreds of millions of dollars that will fund local projects, infrastructure, education, and social programs. This is the kind of reinvestment that changes lives and builds a better future for all of us. I can tell you as a vendor that the ripple effect of Empire City's success is real. When they thrive, we thrive, and with a full commercial license, the positive impact will be even greater. So I urge you, not just as a supporter of this proposal, but as a neighbor and a stakeholder in our shared future, to recognize the tremendous opportunity before us. Let's take this step together to unlock the full potential of Empire City for Yonkers and beyond. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Good evening. My name is Alice Canali. I've been a resident of Yonkers for the past 48 years. I live off of Cumberland Drive, which is the off-ramp of 87. I also represent the Beverly Crest Homeowners Association, which is also in the same area. As I understand that the growth of MGM is bringing new opportunity, jobs, and vitality to our community, and we fully recognize and welcome the positive economic impact it has already made. With that growth, however, comes the responsibility to ensure our infrastructure and public safety measures keep pace so that both visitors, residents can benefit without compromising safety or quality of life. Traffic along the Hall Place exit off I-87 southbound has significantly increased, with many drivers missing the turn and diverting through nearby residence streets, Cumberland, Joust, Hillview, and King Avenue. These streets are narrow, some lack sidewalks, and were not designed for the volume of traffic, creating risk for pedestrian residents and motorists. To address these concerns, I recommend increased police staffing beyond current commitment. While we understand MGM has stated that 2 additional officers will be assigned to the 2nd precinct, that staffing level was already needed before MGM's expansion. With the increase in visitors, special events, and regional traffic, our community requires additional officers to offset the demands on law enforcement and ensure the safety of both residents and guests. Installation of sound barriers along I-87 where it borders homes to reduce noise impact on nearby neighborhoods. Evaluation of a designated off-ramp between Midland Avenue and Hall Place to distribute traffic more evenly and reduce neighborhood congestion. I believe in working together to ensure MGM's success is also our community's success. By helping the host area adapt and stay safe, with adequate police coverage, safe traffic flow, and noise mitigation, we can better help you grow and thrive. Collaboration between MGM, local officials, law enforcement, and the New York State Department of Transportation will ensure that the growth is sustainable, safe, and beneficial for everyone. Thank you.
Hi, Commission. Good evening. My name is Sarah Brody, and I'm the Executive Director of the Yonkers Downtown Business Improvement District, representing the Downtown Business District along our beautiful waterfront in downtown Yonkers. I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand MGM Resort's strong philanthropic commitment to Yonkers nonprofits. Their funding priorities focus on programs addressing food insecurity, public education, and workforce development. And their generosity in those areas has had a very real impact on the lives of our residents. Organizations such as Yonkers Community Action Program, Catholic Charities, and Feeding Westchester have been able to expand their reach and feed more families in need because of MGM's support. Our students have benefited from the work of Yonkers Partner in Education, Arts Westchester, and United Way, while workforce development programs at institutions like the Hudson River Museum, Grammar Hudson Valley, Visions, and the YWCA of Yonkers have been strengthened by MGM's investments. While the Downtown Business Improvement District does not operate programs in those funding areas, but do hire mostly from Yonkers, I just want you to know, within the workforce development group. MGM Resorts has still found a way to support our business district directly. They have provided in-kind donations, including costly printing of signage and banners for our events, contributions that have helped us market the downtown, draw visitors, and boost the local commerce. Despite our geographic distance from Empire City, they have never hesitated to lend a helping hand. This is the hallmark of a true community partner, and one that thinks beyond its own immediate footprint and finds meaningful ways to support the entire city. The proposed multi-billion-dollar investment in Empire City is not just about expanding gaming. It's about expanding opportunity. It will bring thousands of jobs, millions in revenue to Yonkers, and even more resources to the nonprofits, programs, and the businesses that make up the fabric of the city. Many of the people that will be hired will come from downtown Yonkers. For those reasons, and from a professional and personal perspective, I strongly support MGM Resorts' application for a full commercial casino license. I encourage the committee to recognize the value of this partnership and the far-reaching benefits it'll bring to all corners of Yonkers. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Lenny Carol. I'm the new president of the Yonkers Chamber of Commerce. I support this. I've had the opportunity in the past to work with the building of Yankee Stadium, where we created partnerships for jobs, created an opportunity for everyone to buy the necessary things to build opportunities like this. So the chamber will be there to create and support all local businesses, whether it's buying lumber, buying parts to build that, the Yonkers Chamber will be there to support it. So we support this 100%. We thank you for your time.
Thank you. Can I please get speaker numbers 12 to 16? Do you want her?
12 to 16. 12 to 16.
Hi there. Okay. Hi, I'm Lisa Morales. I work for MGM, Empire City, and I'm also a Yonkers resident. I did not grow up in Yonkers. I actually grew up on Long Island until I started working in the city. I had worked for Major League Baseball for about 20 years. I had worked there for 20 years, and then COVID had happened. And at that time, I had an opportunity to kind of figure out if I wanted to stay with MLB or if I wanted to explore something else. And at the time, I was like, I think I really need to kind of figure out I want to do something different. I think I wanted to get involved more in volunteering at the time. So during COVID, I worked from home for a little while, and I actually got involved with Yonkers community. I had started volunteering for CERT, which is a community emergency response team, which is basically like a neighborhood sort of way of supporting the community in a emergency situation. So like when the first responders can't really be there, you're kind of there for your neighbors, that sort of thing. So I live down on the waterfront. I actually ended up purchasing a property there. I've lived there for 20 years now. and I wasn't quite sure as it relates to employment what I wanted to do. I did realize that MGM had purchased Empire City. I really had not thought about working in Westchester at all. I was only really planning to work in New York City for my entire life. But when MGM, I heard that they were in Yonkers, and it was like a real brand that I could grab onto, something serious like MLB. It was very impressive to me, something that was close by, that I could still be a real big part of my community. So I applied for a job there. It was during COVID. I think that it took me probably about 8 months to get hired, just because there were so many people that were not around or available at the time to speak with me. So it really was a long time coming. But when I got hired there, I really wasn't quite sure how I was going to evolve. But I had worked in their player development with casino marketing. It was kind of like a natural extension of what I was already doing with sponsorships. And I had, as I was exploring the opportunities that they had at MGM, I realized that they had advanced education opportunities, which included whether I wanted to go on for my master's. Now, I never went for my master's while I was at MLB, because I felt very pigeonholed that I would have to do something what I was already doing. So I was already working in marketing for about, for so long. I just really didn't think that a master's was going to advance my career. So with that, as I explored MGM and realized that they were willing to let me go for my master's in an area that I wanted to be in, I really took advantage of that, and I actually just completed my master's. That's it.
Good evening. I'm Kesha Skipper. Not only am I a Yonkers resident for nearly 2 decades and will be directly impacted by this expansion, I'm also the current president of the NAACP Yonkers branch. The NAACP is the oldest and largest civil rights organization, founded in 1909. And the Yonkers branch is one of the largest and longest running community organizations, chartered in 1938. The Yonkers branch is most known for the landmark lawsuit filed in 1980 on behalf of Black people and other persons of color subjected to segregation within our public housing and our public schools. Today, I stand for the same marginalized communities who seem to have been omitted from this committee and this process. I'd like to thank Yonkers City Council Majority Leader John Rubo for intentionally informing our branch of today's public hearing. More than a decade ago, I met with the senior statesman of our New York State Assembly, J. Gary Pritlow, who at the time was the chair of Racing and Gaming. At that time, he said that he would be opposed to a full-scale casino in Yonkers. So of course, once rumblings of the possibility began, I immediately reached out to him. And surprisingly, his position had changed. We spoke at length about the successes around the country and how beneficial he thought it would be that Yonkers have a full gaming casino. I also had the opportunity to speak briefly with Assemblymember Nader Sayegh, who shared his position on the expansion and hopes for positive community impact. I explained that the Yonkers NAACP and those we represent were not afforded an opportunity to share on this community council and to share our expressed importance of representation of all demographics. We understand that MGM outlined the details of more than 50 million recurring funds to the city of Yonkers, and that we're expected to receive that annually. Our education committee meets regularly with the superintendent of Yonkers Public Schools to discuss matters of concern that impact Black students and families, as well as people of color. So of course, when we learned of the referenced $19.6 million lottery benefit to our educational systems and a substantial increase that this expansion should produce, our organization is also especially interested in the maintenance and monitoring of those potential funds to ensure that the allocations are equitable. Our Economic Development Committee is equally invested in projected employment opportunities and want to ensure that any recruitment for programs strategically target the Black community. Our Environmental and Climate Justice Committee has partnered with Groundworks. I'm a little extra time because I'm on oxygen, so I need a little bit extra. Our Environmental and Climate Justice Committee has partnered with Groundwork Hudson Valley over the last few years on the Climate Safe Yonkers Task Force, on which I serve, and their Air Quality Working Group. The commitments to upgrade stormwater management is commendable. However, we must not ignore the environmental impact to our air quality by increased traffic and idling vehicles. We know that the Black community and communities of color suffer from lung diseases and disorders substantially more than others, especially our most vulnerable communities, seniors and youth. The expansion of this casino and the increased traffic will interfere with the operations of neighboring schools, one of which my minor child attends, Yonkers Montessori Academy, and these are all matters that must be considered. According to OASIS, the highest population impacted by gambling are Black males. Also, youth adults 18 to 24. And finally, those who have incomes of less than $30,000 a year, despite not having the resource to maintain these addictions. As this community advisory council moves forward and partnerships with nonprofit organizations develop, we hope that the NAACP Yonkers branch will be provided a seat at the table to further discuss these concerns and many others before saying yes to nothing. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Adelaide Harris. I am in my 74th year as a resident of Yonkers. I remember before it was the casino, it was the racetrack, Yonkers Raceway. I live on Murray Avenue, not too far. I went to St. John the Baptist Graduate Grammar School. I went to Mount St. Ursula in the Bronx. I know all about the 20 line, which is the biggest craziness with the casino. There are people on that bus from all over, and they crowd up the buses. There's traffic. They're nasty, most of them, and they're not too nice, the casino people. And the drivers are just like, they're crazy. I am not for an expansion of the casino. It may be bringing jobs, but it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for the environment, the traffic, the people that come to the casino. The only good thing about it is the lottery office is there, but other than that, I don't see any possibility. I am not for it, and I hope it is not expanded at all. Thank you.
I gave it to you. Sorry, I don't know how to follow directions. Hi, my name is Monique Trerico. I'm with Student Assistance Services. We are a youth prevention agency for substance use and gambling. And I just wanted to take a moment to highlight the importance of prevention in the conversation around expansion of the casino. So we know that research shows that increased access to gambling opportunities often correlates with a rise in problem gambling. This includes those under the age of 21. Youth are exposed, whether through marketing, proximity, or seeing family members gamble. This can normalize gambling for youth and increase the likelihood that they will start at an earlier age. We know earlier exposure increases risk. Adolescents are 6 times more likely to become addicted to gambling than adults. And the more likely they are to start at a younger age, the more likely they are to become addicted. Youth are targeted indirectly through advertisements, promotions, community visibility, and influence in the communities, as well as youth influencing adults who are involved in gambling. We know there are ripple effects on mental health and academics. We have counselors that work in over 40 schools in Westchester County, and we work with youth who have concerns. We have concerns about their gambling, or they have concerns. We know it can lead to financial stress, family conflict, emotional strain. It can impact their performance in school. We know that prevention is effective, and so we want to keep that in mind in the conversation, that they have prevention education for youth, not just in Yonkers, but throughout Westchester County. We want to make sure that there are preventions in place for those under 21 from gambling, as well as safeguards for those who have problem gambling to get resources, because problem gambling doesn't only impact the individuals, it impacts their families as well. and those families have youth who we work with. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is John Rabbitz, and I'm the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer for the Business Council of Westchester, the county's largest business membership organization that focuses on economic development and advocacy. Obtaining a full gaming license for Empire City by MGM has been and will continue to be the top legislative priority for the Business Council. Empire City by MGM is a proven winner for the city of Yonkers, the county, and the state, generating over $300 million in tax revenue each year to fund state education and millions more for state and local government coffers. The enhanced development of the property will also make it one of the largest incubators for workforce development, creating 2,000 plus new jobs for the residents of Westchester and the Bronx. Think about that for a moment. These jobs will change the lives of 2,000 individuals and their families. They'll create opportunities for people to work in back office jobs, IT, security, catering, landscaping, and other business sectors. It also should be noted that Empire City has already established solid working relationships with related businesses in the city of Yonkers. Those relationships will continue to grow once they have a full gaming license. What I hope this council will consider is the huge commitment that Empire City Casino by MGM has made to being a good neighbor to property. As some of you know, I represented the east side of Manhattan in the New York State Assembly for 12 years. During that time, I worked with developers and corporations who were proposing huge projects that would impact those communities. I wish that many of them had used the playbook that Empire City by MGM has used to lean in to address community concerns. In 2019, I attended 4 roundtable community meetings that MGM facilitated, and invited to those meetings were community leaders, business owners, and residents. And at each of those meetings, senior MGM officials didn't stand up and say, here's our plan to expand. What they did say was, we're here to listen and engage in ongoing dialogues with our neighbors to get an understanding on what quality of life concerns you might have so that we can address them in a responsible manner. These types of meetings have continued over the years, which has allowed the surrounding community to continue to have a line of communication with Empire City and MGM. I hope the fact that that will raise confidence levels to all stakeholders who are part of this process, that Empire City Casino by MGM is going to be an active, innovative, taking neighbor. Now, 3 years ago, the BCW of our friends in labor, non-for-profits, and other community-based organizations created a sure bet for New York's Future Alliance to demonstrate that as a collective body, we understood that allowing Empire City Casino by MGM a full gaming license will be a game changer for the city, the county, and the state. As this process continues to move forward, we all must remember how transformative this project will be, not just in the immediate future, but for generations to come. Simply put, this is a win-win opportunity for all of us. Thank you.
Through 21.
It's working? Yeah. I don't know if they're going to speak or not, but I did want to note the presence of Councilman Mike Breen, Councilman Anthony Moranti, County Legislator James Nolan, our Deputy Mayor Sue Gary. They are in the audience tonight and obviously listening. Who did I forget? Oh, and City Council President Lakeisha Collins Bellamy. I think I have everyone. So whether they speak or not, they're certainly here to listen. I wanted to just get that in. Thank you.
How you doing? Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Chaco. I'm a resident of Yonkers Waterfront. I'm also a worker for Soulful Synergy. I'm a teacher, instructor. Our organization provides workforce development, training, and career pathway programs to empower individuals, particularly those underserved in communities, and to enter sustainable, well-paying careers. We look forward to working with MGM Empire City to connect Yonkers residents with skillful building and employment opportunities. MGM has demonstrated a genuine commitment to local workforce development, not just in words, but funding programs, providing access training, and creating direct hiring opportunities for graduates. They have supported initiatives that prepare people for union careers, green energy jobs, construction trades, hospitality roles, fields where workers can build a lifelong career. If awarded a commercial casino license, MGM Empire City will create 2,000 direct jobs and 6,500 construction jobs and support the creation of thousands of more jobs and businesses touched by the project. And MGM has a clear commitment to hiring locally and workforce with diverse contractors and vendors in Yonkers and Westchester County. These aren't just jobs. These are opportunities for Yonkers and Westchester residents to enter careers and competitive wages, benefits, and upward mobility. MGM's college opportunity program would also allow employees to pursue undergraduate and advanced degrees with a little and no cost, breaking down barriers that keep many residents from career advancement. The license will generate tens of millions of dollars annually for Yonkers, helping close the city's recurring education budget deficit. This revenue will also support essential services, school repairs, and infrastructure improvements, all of which strengthen the environment for local businesses and residents. MGM's track record of philanthropy and Yonkers speaks for itself. They support organizations tackling food insecurity, advancing public education, and creating job opportunities. For those at Soulful Synergy, Empire City represents a partner who understands the connection between workforce development, economic mobility, and community strength. This license isn't a nice to have, it's a lifeline for the city, ensuring thousands of residents have pathways to careers that allow them to live, work, and thrive right here in Westchester and Yonkers. I urge the Community Advisory Council to give the strongest possible support to MGM Empire's application. The future of the city, its workforce, and its economic stability depends on keeping this historic property competitive and growing. Thank you.
I think we're looking for speaker number 18.
Number 18.
Do we have an, okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Margaret Vuli. I'm a lifelong resident of Yonkers, retired city employee. Some people may not like what I'm going to say, but it's not meant in a bad way. We all know this is going to happen. The fact that we are here begging MGM, a multi-million-dollar international corporation, for a few lousy concessions is a disgrace. They should have been begging us with concessions to come here. Second of all, I just want to say, and some people are not going to like this. Well, no, excuse me. Number two, a zone change should never have been issued before we had our concessions in place. Then you get our zone change when we get what we want. Number three, and I'll be finished, this one you're not going to like. I see conflicts of interest on this advisory board.
Speaker 19.
Number 19.
20.
Do we have a name for number 19?
We do.
Just so we don't miss.
19, 20.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is McKenzie Forsberg. And let's face it, summer is fleeting. But when I heard about the public hearing, I took time away from what little summer we have left to make sure that I spoke tonight in support of MGM's expansion because of how significant this project would be to our community. I chose to move to Yonkers from the Bronx 14 years ago to get married and raise my family here. The economic growth and access to opportunities that are created through projects like this are unparalleled to any other city in this state, and frankly, in most parts of the country. You just don't see things like this happening anywhere. When I was a teenager, I worked at a library, washed hair at a salon, bussed tables, filed in an office, and I was thankful that there were employers, growth, and development in my neighborhood where I was able to earn income and grow professional skills at a young age. That's what I've always wanted for my daughters and why I chose Yonkers very carefully. As the largest private employer in Yonkers already, MGM receiving this license would catapult endless opportunities for the local job market, for the youth like my children one day, and for everyone here. Exploding from a small casino to a full gaming and entertainment destination will have lasting positive impacts, not just with the casino as an employer, but as a funnel for peripheral businesses and industries throughout the city. Empire City didn't need this license to invest in our people. They already do, which speaks volumes in support of why they're deserving of this license. Other proposed casinos in competing communities, including the one that I grew up in, just rolled in promising the world to the community, and that just feels disingenuous to me. That's what makes this different. Livable wages and solid benefits mean a lot to our family. My husband is a New York City union electrician. So when you see a local corporation providing not just jobs, but careers that support the lifeblood of a family, you speak at the public hearing. MGM Empire City Casino puts their money where their mouth is. As a business owner myself, I moved to Yonkers because of the value our local government puts into the business community. The city understands that elevating businesses trickles down to elevating their employees and elevating their vendors. Empire City Casino's expansion fully aligns with supporting the ecosystem of this city, not just the casino itself. I sat on the beginning procurement webinars myself, and I was blown away at the priority that will be taken for Yonkers businesses and MWBE certified businesses. This is a real community stakeholder. Not to mention other community benefits MGM has already put forth, everything from an exorbitant amount of funding into our school systems to sponsoring fireworks and youth programs. It's really beautiful to see. I not only wear the hat of a resident stakeholder in our community, but I also sit in our city's planning board. Yes, I volunteer a lot of time because I care. Empire City has listened, and I believe that they will continue to do so. Losing this to another community would be a huge loss for our city, and I share my voice tonight in hopes to help support the casino the way it has supported the fabric of our city for over 100 years. Thank you.
21.
Yes, you do. You're welcome. Good evening, everybody, and to the board, I welcome this opportunity to speak, although my colleague said pretty much mostly everything that I would want to say. The young lady before me summed it up. Former resident of Yonkers, raised until the age of 40 when I moved out. My heart's still in the city of Yonkers, and you've heard the expression before, you may be able to take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the boy. And that holds a lot of truth. As president of the Building and Construction Trades Council of West Central Putnam counties, representing over 35,000 trades members, along with 33 trade affiliates, this project is important to us. It may seem self-serving to those people that are opposed to it, but this job would create about 6,500 jobs, and I know someone mentioned that before I did. 6,500 jobs, probably a 3-year project, and what people don't understand, for those of us in the trade movement, we don't get paid when we don't work. People say, wow, construction workers make a lot of money. We make a lot of money when we work, but we work hard for that money. So for those of you that think construction workers just have it easy every day and go in and take long coffee break, those days are over. We now have something in place, and MGM is already negotiating with us for a project labor agreement to make sure that this job is done by all union workers. The benefits that it'll bring to the community, and as far as supporting the local economy, delicatessens, things of that nature, I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. So I implore this committee to please make sure that they get this license. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I please get speakers 22 through 27?
Good evening. My name is Peter Brereton, and I'm here representing the Carpenters Union. I am speaking for the men and women who get up early, lace up their boots, and build with their own hands. We have a lot of members who live right here in this area, men and women from Yonkers, Mount Vernon, and the Bronx. They pay taxes here, they are raising families here, and they care about what gets built in their backyard. The Empire City Casino project is a win for this community because we already have a commitment to use union labor. That means skilled tradespeople who have been trained through real apprenticeship programs. People who work safe, show up every day, and get the job done right the first time. We are talking about building something solid that will last for generations. This project will put hundreds of our members to work. Union jobs mean good wages, strong health benefits, and a pension you can count on. That money stays in the community and supports local businesses. But the benefits go beyond construction and beyond organized labor. It will generate tax revenue to help fund schools, improve roads, support public safety, and invest in community programs. It will create permanent jobs in hospitality, gaming, security, maintenance, and facility operations. These are good-paying careers that will help more local families earn a steady living long after construction is done. We are proud to be part of this project, and we are ready to get to work. Let us make sure this project lifts up working families, boosts the local economy, and delivers real lasting benefits for everyone who calls this community home. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. I thank you for taking the time to hear us all tonight. My name is Tom LeCount. I'm the business manager for the Mechanical Insulators Local 91 of Yonkers in the Hudson Valley. And we are in favor of the gaming license. A lot of my colleagues have talked about the economic benefits, the community benefits, and the employment opportunities that this will bring to the area. I could elaborate on that further, but there's a few things that I in particular have have experienced firsthand. Before I became a representative, I actually worked there. I worked on the cooling towers there, and I can tell you that they are a great place. It's a great place to work. I was treated with dignity and respect by the director of maintenance. They pay prevailing wage. And so as far as the jobs go in construction, I know there'll be a lot of hospitality jobs and a lot of good family wage jobs created after it's built. But as far as the construction jobs are concerned, it's 6,500 jobs are expected. At least 1,250 of those are going to be apprenticeships. And the apprenticeship programs that we provide aren't just jobs for the duration of this job. It's a job, it's a career, it's a skill you're going to learn for a lifetime. And this can be a launching pad for all these apprentices that are brought in through our apprenticeship programs. Everybody that goes through the trades remembers the first big job you were on, and several years later, it's the foundation for your learning our trade. This is a rare opportunity that we have to provide this for the people of our community, and we thank you for your time, and hope you'll approve this project. Thank you.
We are on number 25.
Good evening. I'm a lifelong resident of Yonkers, and I feel that Yonkers is a glorious city. As a matter of fact, it's known as a gracious city. And I hope that we're able to keep the quality of life for everyone. I have been attending meetings at the zoning board, the city council, and the planning board, and have responded to an impact study on what's going on the west side of Yonkers. We spent hours responding to a 1,500-page document, and you could see the quality of the responses of people in Yonkers, the intelligence, the eloquence, and their ability to articulate their concerns. What I'm hearing tonight is a repetition of what has been going on year after year after year. I do not see anybody responding and showing us specifically community benefits. All I know is despite the fact that MGM has been here, there has been development. My taxes went up 5.9% last year, 2.2% this year. That is 8.1%. My concern is this: Yonkers has arrived. We've been working on this when Joe Apicelli was representing Capelli and doing different dialogue. He did that well. My concern is at this point, Yonkers has arrived with Lionsgate, with MGM. They should be presenting to us how they are lifting up everyone, not the developers. And for the governor and for Andrea Stewart Cousins, who I respect them entirely, They're interested in kitchen table issues. I am telling you, the money is not getting down to the kitchen tables. And so I say, we are at a point where either this is the renaissance of Yonkers and we're all working together and we know how we're benefiting, not promises, but we see it. This is either the renaissance of Yonkers or the rape of Yonkers. I want to see the renaissance, and we need the leadership of everybody in Yonkers to bring everybody up so we can be an example for the nation of what could be done. Yonkers is extraordinary. You see it in the people here. If you play back all the tapes of all the meetings that we had at the zoning board, the planning board, the city council, we're here. We want smart development. We want people who present to us and show us that they are helping all of us to be part of the renaissance. Quality for all. Let's be an example to New York State and the nation. Thank you.
Yeah. To the last speaker, I know who you are, but you didn't identify yourself. Do we have her name for the record? Could you just, yeah, just so everyone knows who you are.
Dr. Judith Gary.
Right, Dr. Judith Gary. Right. Again, we kind of all know you, but I'm not sure everyone else does.
Good evening. My name is Faith Ann Butcher. As its Chief Impact Officer, I'm representing United Way of Westchester and Putnam tonight. Our mission is to improve the lives of individuals and families in Westchester and Putnam by mobilizing the caring power of community. MGM Empire City has been a strong partner with United Way, not only through funding, but through its direct employee engagement. Each year, Empire City employees assemble summer reading kits for Yonkers students, helping them combat the summer slide in their reading skills. They've also provided backpacks filled with school supplies to ensure children start the school year ready to learn. In addition, their funding has supported other United Way education programs that give our young people the tools they need to succeed. In Westchester, we have a significant ALICE population. Those are households that are asset limited, income constrained, yet employed. These are families who earn above the poverty level, but still cannot afford the basic needs such as housing, food, childcare, transportation, and healthcare. In Yonkers alone, 53% of households are living in poverty or are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck. MGM has made it so that anyone who secures a well-paying job at Empire City Casino is on their pathway out of the ALICE category into stability and self-sufficiency. MGM jobs are sought after because they offer good wages, benefits, and a real career growth. Through our 211 helpline, we hear every day from Westchester, Putnam, and Rockland residents who are struggling to get by, needing food, housing, and emergency assistance. We also know how important safety and security are to residents and visitors. MGM has consistently shown its commitment to maintaining a safe and welcoming environment for employees, customers, and the surrounding community. This license matters to Yonkers and the surrounding region. Westchester needs to attract more companies like MGM Resorts, companies that prioritize employee well-being, invest in their communities, and form deep partnerships with local organizations. As one of the 3 available casino licenses available, we urge one be given to Empire City. The funding generated will help fill reoccurring budget gaps, fund repairs to aging schools, and keep property taxes manageable. This license is critical to Yonkers, unlike some New York City proposals that are essential to add-ons to existing developments. Without this license, the future is bleak for Empire City and for our region. The economic consequences could be severe. I support MGM Empire City's casino application and urge my neighbors to speak up as well. Thank you.
I know you all have a thankless job, so let me start by saying thank you very much for the opportunity for all of us to speak tonight. My name is Dave Steck. I'm the founder and executive director of YoFi Fest, the Yonkers Film Festival, and a longtime Yonkers resident. I'm here today to speak to the character of Empire City Casino. The arts are an economic engine. For the past 13 years, YoFi Fest has been holding its annual film festival in downtown Yonkers and has proven to be an economic engine for the city by bringing in new visitors and engaging current residents. Each visitor in the city spends roughly $27 per person, according to the Westchester Tourism's estimated average. That's on parking, food, beverage, and retail purchases. This means that we've generated over $350,000 for the city and local downtown businesses since we started. I'm not a math genius, but I can only imagine the positive impact that Empire City has had on this city. Empire City Casino is one of YoFi Fest's founding sponsors and has supported us since our first year. Before we had a space of our own, they hosted our filmmaker announcement parties, kickoff events, and other things for many, many years. They have generously printed out all of our posters, banners, and signage and other things in their print shop for years. Their partnership and support helped us establish our festival as an annual cultural event and the organization to first celebrate Hollywood on Hudson. Empire City Casino is a long-standing supporter of the arts. Besides YoFi Fest, I've also served on the boards and consulted for other nonprofit arts organizations all over the area, including Arts Westchester. So I've seen firsthand how Empire City has been a constant champion for the arts in Yonkers and Westchester. Their commitment has strengthened the creative economy and enriched the cultural life of our city. Having a company like MGM in Yonkers is a huge win for the city and for organizations like mine. Their support is crucial and exemplary of the success of private, public, nonprofit partnerships. We thank them for all they've done for this city and for us, and we firmly support their application for a full commercial casino license so they can continue to support organizations like ours, as well as the many others that they help. Thank you very much.
All right, speakers 28 through 32, please.
Good evening. My name is Philip Armstrong, and I'm really surprised to see so many special interests speaking at a public hearing like this. People that have an interest in it, it's just warm to my heart. But my name is Philip Armstrong. I represent the group called United Yonkers. We're advocate for responsible development within the city of Yonkers. Some of you people on the board know me because we've had issues where we've opposed their projects. I'm a retired union carpenter. I'm also ran a small business for 30 years. Today, I want to caution the people of Yonkers that this, while it'll pay living wages, which is something we don't have in many parts of Yonkers, there will be many, many, many side issues that are going to come along with this development. When we do these huge 5,000 seat events at this casino, right? We're going to have people traveling, Yonkers, Riverdale Avenue, Yonkers Avenue, South Broadway. All of Yonkers is going to be congested on those days. We're going to need lots of police besides just around the area, around the casino. Infrastructure. Other people have spoken about infrastructure tonight. What's the biggest failure we have in the city of Yonkers and most cities? Infrastructure. And why do we not have good infrastructure? Because our administration and our city council, they do not take what we need in the city to heart. They're there to supply the developers with their with what they need and make sure they get the tax breaks and the tax incentives and whatever, but it never filters down to the city of Yonkers or the people within the city of Yonkers. Affordability. Affordability is the largest issue we have in Yonkers. Yonkers has become so expensive for most people, we can't afford to live here anymore. What's the average wage in the city of Yonkers? Anybody know? It's $41,000. We know that within New York, you need 115 to 120,000 to be comfortable. In the Yonkers, we have an average wage of 41,000. In the United States, the average income is only about 45,000 per capita. So we're here, we're talking about all these millions and millions of dollars, but yet we always neglect the people that need it the most. We even have affordable housing advocates up there that do build affordable housing that's not affordable to the residents of Yonkers. Because if you're earning $41,000 in the city of Yonkers, you cannot get an affordable apartment because you don't make enough money. That would put you down in the 30% range, and none of them go down to the 30% range just about. or if they do, there's 1 or 2 units in the whole project. You know, the reality is the city council, most of the city council anyway, do not really care. They're there, they've got a job. They are not in that category. They're not in the $41,000 category. They're in the 75 to 80,000, which is far above the average income in Yonkers. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Benjamin Unger. I'm here just as a concerned citizen. I like to joke that everyone, whether they know it or not, is born a Yonkerite, but I've only been officially a resident of Yonkers for the last 6 weeks, so it's good to be home. Thank you, thank you. I've just been very impressed by the testimony here tonight. I did watch the presentation to this August committee on August 7th, and I was impressed, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to have access to poker and blackjack and world-class restaurants, a performance space, and I'm a little bit embarrassed. There's been a lot of great points brought up tonight, but thank you for this forum, and I look forward to preparing better remarks for future public events. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Members of the Community Advisory Council and fellow Yonkers residents. My name is Raymond Cole Batista. I'm the owner of Elite Flooring, a family-owned flooring business, proud to call Yonkers their home for 4 generations. I'm here to voice my enthusiastic support for the MGM Empire City's application for a full commercial casino license. We are honored to work as a vendor with MGM Empire City and deeply grateful for the strong, supportive relationship we've built with them over the past 5 years. Their commitment to partnering with local businesses like ourselves has strengthened our community and laid a foundation for shared success. This project represents a transformation opportunity for Yonkers and its residents. The proposed expansion will bring billions in private capital investments to our city, revitalizing our economy and infrastructure. It will create thousands of diverse, well-paying jobs from construction to hospitality, offering our residents stable career paths and economic security without needing to leave Yonkers. Beyond jobs, this project will drive significant community benefits, including hundreds of millions in direct funding that can enhance our schools, parks, and public services. The increased tourism and economic activity will boost local businesses from restaurants to retail, making Yonkers a vibrant hub for visitors and residents alike. MGM Empire City has already proven to be a committed partner to our community, and this license will amplify their ability to invest in our city's future. This is a once-in-a-generation chance to strengthen Yonkers, ensuring it remains a thriving, dynamic city for all of us. I urge the council to support MGM Empire City's application to bring these benefits to our community. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Good evening. My name is Henry Wilson. I'm the proud executive director of the Youth Community Outreach Program organization, also known as YCOP, located in Mount Vernon, New York. YCOP is a licensed year-round child care and youth development organization, providing after-school youth development, basketball, summer day camp, and several other uniquely designed programs to a diverse population of youth and their families from Mount Vernon and the surrounding communities of Tuckahoe, New Rochelle, Yonkers, and the North Bronx. Every day, I see firsthand how vital, stable, good-paying jobs are for many of the working families we serve. When parents have reliable employment with strong wages and benefits, coupled with reliable, affordable child care, it strengthens the entire family and, by extension, the community we serve. MGM Empire City proposal will create 2,000 new permanent jobs, as you heard already, and thousands more construction and indirect jobs. These careers, with an average compensation over $150,000 and benefits, like subsidized childcare, will be life-changing for many families in the region. Beyond jobs, MGM's multi-billion-dollar private investment will bring significant community benefits, funding projects like a new library or community center. More importantly, MGM has a proven track record in New York, investing in local nonprofits like mine and partnering to strengthen our communities. Moreover, MGM is the type of company that has been quietly funding tens of thousands of dollars annually to many nonprofits to help subsidize the cost of childcare, educational opportunities, and for many working parents. I strongly believe this is exactly the type of company that New York needs more of. One that creates opportunity, invests in working parents, and works in partnership with community-based organizations to strengthen and empower an entire community. If Empire does not secure a commercial license, casino license, and those licenses go elsewhere, it will close. That would be a tremendous blow to all of Westchester County. I urge you to support more Empire City's application for a full commercial casino license. Thank you.
All right. Good evening. My name is Donna Brown. I also work for Youth Community Outreach Program. And I believe enough has been said about the technical things. I'm just going to say very plainly, I'm 70 years old. I'm too damn old to be riding on the subway and taking the Metro North trying to get a good job. I would love to be able to jump in my car. I live in Tuckahoe. I would love to be able to have maybe a second job or a good paying job for people in this community without having to travel to Manhattan or having to travel to Connecticut. God forbid you drive, because what are the taxes or the fees to drive past 60 something street up until 9 p.m. So I understand and I hear the people that have questions and concerns, and I don't know that much about it, but I do know that what a good job does for you. I know the yoke of poverty can beat you down, destroy you, and make your life, your children's lives, your parents' lives hell. And we have an opportunity here to have several generations of good paying jobs. And I understand that there are things that come with that. And I know that MGM is a good community partner. So I trust them, and I believe that they will work with the community and do positive things to uplift Yonkers and the surrounding area. So yes, as a woman that has to work, I work for a nonprofit, so I'm not making $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $60,000. I'm not doing that. But I care, and I care about my children. I care about the opportunity for the youth and for kids that don't necessarily have the ability to go to college. This is a way to get in on the ground level and to have opportunities, health insurance, and benefits. So again, I respect all of your concerns, and I don't know them, and I don't want to speak and make light of them. But I do believe, I trust MGM because I know they're a good community partner. Thank you.
Thank you. Speakers 33 through 38, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Michael Pineda. I'm a proud union member, a lifelong Yonkers resident, but one of those who had to go outside of Yonkers to get a job. But although I had to deal with that, I'm not in favor of this expansion. The casino, Lionsgate, and all of these companies don't actually employ the lifelong Yonkers residents, and especially not in good jobs. I live on the southeast side of Yonkers, a community that would be directly impacted by the expansion of the MGM casino. I've attended many of these meetings and spoken up, whether at City Hall, the senior centers, or tonight. We were given only 3 days' notice for these legally required public meetings. Meetings meant to ensure transparency and community input. Little time to plan, organize, or truly show up, and I'm sure that was intentional. This is not how you engage in a community you claim to support. The room was packed last meeting with a lot of special interest groups. A lot of people filling up the room and a lot of short notice. I don't know if it's the city administration or you guys, but something's always up. And it always seems to be in the best interest of someone else and not the host community. I'm here aside from feeling like this is the done deal between the administration, the casino, and selected committee members, but I want to make sure my community's voices continue to be heard. The casino, Empire, everyone came in promising the exact same empty dreams, yet year after year our taxes go up and our neighborhoods see no lasting benefits. So what exactly are we getting from this so-called community benefits agreement? Aside from a library that was mentioned years ago by the mayor, a new patrol car that was already required according to data, there's nothing here that offers real lasting value. Where are the permanent benefits for our families and our future? Where are the affected districts' tax cuts? You say this expansion will bring more money. Everybody's talking about more jobs, more opportunity, but the casino's been here for decades and I haven't seen those promises turn into reality. How can we ensure the expansion does not bring gridlocked streets, rising crime, the slow destruction of our neighborhoods that we call home? A 5,000-seat arena? Wait until Christmas. With Cross County, I'm gonna have to walk home. What benefits the administration does not necessarily benefit what's best for the host community. I'm not really concerned with downtown Yonkers. I'm concerned with my community, the problems I'm gonna be dealing with every single day. Our community deserves more than empty promises. We deserve guarantees in writing, enforceable, and accountable before any more of this expansion moves forward. Until that happens, I'm gonna keep coming up and speaking up. Thank you.
We're looking for number 34.
Hello. Okay. Hi, my name is Nicole Erico, a lifelong Yonkers resident, and I'm here today to continue speaking up and sharing the concerns of our community. Despite this ill-planned public hearing on such a major development, a development that has the potential to impact our city in enormous ways, both positively and negatively. I understand that there are people who are in favor of this project, those who may not live in the immediate residential area. But it does not come without consequences and sacrifices. Sacrifices that will be felt most by homeowners, renters, business owners, and families who live in close proximity to the site. This isn't just about a full gaming license for a casino that's already operating. This is about a massive development that will shape the future of Yonkers. And the voices of the residents must be heard, not neglected. And while the money, revenue, and the jobs coming in may sound appealing, they do not come without the expense of our quality of life, our safety, and the character of our neighborhoods. This community benefits agreement needs to be one that is binding, transparent, and enforceable, with concrete and permanent benefits, not just for the city of Yonkers, but especially for the people who have sacrificed the most, the community directly affected. This plan includes a 5,000-seat arena, the size of the Westchester County Center, right in our backyards. Is that truly what our neighborhoods need? And what happens next? More hotels, more large-scale commercial projects? The traffic is already unbearable most of the days and holidays. By your own projections, the traffic flow will be rated at a D. That's gridlock. Why take away from what we already have when we could be creative? Yonkers is becoming over-commercialized, and it's losing the community and the suburban values that made it special. And to those in other parts of the city who may not be directly impacted, how did we all feel about the Ridge Hill project? Didn't we learn anything from that? And how do we like the traffic on Tuckahoe Road? Because I know I don't. And another warehouse just minutes from here, when will our city stop being sold out to the highest bidder? Our communities must stand together, fight for one another, and fighting to protect the integrity of our homes, because what happens will affect the future of Yonkers and all of us. Thank you.
$35.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Paxos Pampaficos, and I'm here representing the Royal Regency Hotel and Events Facility located at 165 Tuckahoe Road, right here in Yonkers. We are a member of the Westchester Hotel Association, and we have been a member of the Yonkers community for over 31 years. Our facility has 93 guest rooms and 14,000 square feet of meeting and event space. We have been the location of choice for once-in-a-lifetime events such as weddings, anniversaries, and Sweet 16s for many Yonkers residents. Change is never easy, but often it is necessary and required. Progress is impossible without change. MGM is the third largest ticket seller for live events in the United States. By prioritizing a world-class entertainment venue in Phase 1, MGM can immediately leverage its buying power and booking network to bring top-tier performers here to Yonkers. This approach will drive substantial increases in tourism, visitor spending, and hotel occupancy in Yonkers, Westchester County, and the surrounding areas. This will generate revenue, including tax revenue, which will immediately benefit local businesses, the city of Yonkers, and the county of Westchester. A market study confirmed that existing hotels in Westchester, such as the Royal Regency, can readily accommodate the influx of tourists and out-of-town visitors who will be drawn to MGM Empire City's expanded offerings. The Westchester Hotel Association has met with MGM Resorts multiple times to discuss the project's impacts and opportunities. We believe MGM has every intention of being a responsible member of the local community. MGM has committed to partnering with existing hotels to capture and serve the increased overnight demand generated by the entertainment venue and the expanded casino operations. These partnerships will keep more tourism dollars in the local economy and strengthen Westchester's hospitality sector as a whole. This project represents a smart, market-driven investment that maximizes immediate economic returns while positioning Yonkers and Westchester for sustainable growth. We urge the approval of this proposal, allowing MGM to begin delivering the jobs, tourism, and tax revenues our region needs. Thank you.
Thank you. Mary Hoare, Yonkers historian and president of the Untomara Performing Arts Council, or UPAC. Empire City by MGM has been critical to Yonkers for over a century. Its growth will ensure we will continue to thrive for the next century. For more than 125 years, it has been an anchor institution for Yonkers, supporting jobs, generating tax revenue, and giving back to the community through philanthropy and partnerships. UPAC has been very fortunate to benefit from their generosity. We are proud to host free summer concerts and cultural programs that bring together thousands of our residents each year. They are made possible in part by the continued support of Empire City Casino and now MGM Resorts. Our free summer programs are presented every summer Saturday night. Thousands of people attend our programs and events. Our quality programming, drama, and art classes for all ages are possible because of the support by Empire City Casino, by MGM Resorts. By the way, this is our 50th season presenting free entertainment at Untomara Park. We wouldn't be around except for Empire City Casino. We are just one example of Empire's investment in Yonkers, how they care for Yonkers people and their generosity. They support nonprofits citywide, from food pantries to workforce development organizations to other community groups. While I value our history, tonight I am here to talk about the future. As a former teacher, I am aware Yonkers is an aging city with modern challenges, from infrastructure to education funding. With the full commercial casino license, this historic property can transition into an iconic must-see destination, not just for our immediate neighbors in Manhattan, Bronx, Westchester, Rockland, Bergen County, and Fairfield County, but for the nearly 70 million tourists who visit New York City every year. Empire City Casino has put Yonkers first and responded to their needs. We could have a feature of tops concerts, restaurants, expanded entertainment, and a venue drawing visitors from around the world, just 13 miles from Midtown Manhattan. The growth of Empire City under MGM Resorts is not simply an exciting entertainment project. It's a critical piece of our city's future. This is not simply an entertainment project. Its revenue will share from this license will help close our education budget deficit, maintain essential services, and create thousands of jobs. For more than a century, they have been an anchor institution in Yonkers. Unlike the companies with no commitment to Yonkers, they are here and they want to stay here to support jobs, generate tax revenue, and give back to our community through philanthropy and partnerships. Its growth is essential to ensure the city can continue to thrive for the next century. I fully support this proposal and urge residents in the impacted region to speak out, attend public hearings, and send their comments to the CAC. We must protect our history by securing our future. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Nancy Carbone. I'm the founder and executive director of Friends of Firefighters. We are a nonprofit that provides counseling for free and confidential to the firefighters of New York City, active, retired, and their families. Many of the firefighters live up here, so I'm here in support. However, I do want to say I hear the community, and I was you a little more than 15 years ago in Red Hook, Brooklyn, when I lived there, and IKEA wanted to come in. And we don't have the infrastructure for that. But what we've found since then, especially through Sandy, they ended up being the beacon in the community, and they actually pour money into the community. And when I go to IKEA, it's local people that work there. So what we heard, we had one day to come and speak against it, and we spoke against it. But when we went to the table to plan it with them, they have stuck with it, and now 15 years later, it's still community-based. So that's an important thing, and I would hope that would be the case here. Since MGM Resorts acquired the property, they've substantially increased their philanthropic giving, which I am optimistic will continue. Friends of Firefighters applied for MGM's philanthropic grant, and while we were not selected this time around, I always hold out hope that we will get selected. It's rare. I think it's very rare for companies to offer these types of grants that ground the community and support our first responders. I would like to see more companies do the same. I think New York needs more companies like MGM Resorts. They put their money where their mouths are. They support nonprofits. They support the community. And then the visitors to Yonkers. But as I said, there's a lot of first responders that live here. I think that more than just coming here and speaking, I really do feel for the community when they say, wait a minute, there's already too
friend Francois tells me, Sonia, come. We need you here, and that's why I'm here. I just ask of one thing, if it's going to happen or not going to happen, because I don't know. Only the people who have the final vote knows that. But as a person that takes the number 20 bus, and I love mass transit, even though my friend always said, those buses are always late. Francois, just be quiet. The bus is here. if you do happen to bring this casino up, can you please just have more buses? Because the 20 bus is full. And if you could have a bus before 5 a.m., that would be nice. Because I work in Bayside, Queens, and it takes me at least 3 hours to get to work. And the first bus leaves Tucker Road at 5 o'clock. I'm always running, and coming back. The bus stops at Yonkers Avenue or at Fort, I think it's Fort Hill. So that would be my request. And also as a person that has a handicap, and I'm very proud of my handicap, it's my biggest asset. If this project does come on board, please make it possible to hire people that have disabilities, because some people that have disability, they tend to stay in their house. And I've taken that 20 bus many times, and when I see the people come on their wheelchair that goes to the casino, and I say to them, why are you going? It's social. It gets me out of the house. So that's all I know about the casino. I don't know anything else. And thank everyone for coming, and thank all of you. Thank you.
There is one additional person that registered to speak using number 1004. So would like to extend an opportunity for that person to approach if they'd still like to.
Is there anyone who didn't register and hasn't spoken and wants to speak? There's still time. All right, if not, I'm going to ask, do any other members of the... Oh, yeah, come on up. I didn't see your hand, sorry.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Solari. I didn't register. I was running late.
It's fine. It's okay.
I started off as an apprentice. I saw a lot of unions here earlier today, worked my way up, now I own my own company. Yes, it's going to bring a lot of jobs to the city of Yonkers. That's not in dispute here. My main concern is I'm looking around the room tonight. How many people are in here from District 4 that within a mile of the casino that's going to be affected immediately? That's the big concern here. We're talking about a community package for the city of Yonkers. But what about the people within a mile of the place, a quarter of a mile of the place? I'm there for 51 years. It's going to hurt us. While we're talking about like free buffets at the casino, I mean, we were told about a squad car. We were promised that 10 years ago from the city of Yonkers. My main concern is about my district. What is MGM going to do for us in whole? And honestly, I'm kind of both ways with it. I like to gamble myself. I like a good casino, but we need to worry about District 4 first. It's immediate impact on all of us. We got traffic. We're going to have people's backyards backed up right up behind the outside revenue. It's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of traffic, and we're all going to talk about the crime, but yeah, that's going to happen. But I know we need something. I see Larry's up there, part of it. He's in District 4. Hopefully he's working with you guys to get us a better part of the package, because it's going through the whole entire Yonkers, but District 4 should get a bigger portion of it. For the fact we live in it, we have to deal with you guys every day. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who hasn't? You know, while he's approaching the microphone, as a matter of information, and I meant to talk about this earlier, the city of Yonkers and MGM have negotiated a community benefits agreement. This panel does not vote on that. It will be voted on by the city council, probably in early September. So I would encourage people to go to the city council website, contact your councilman. I think it will be posted on our website, but it's a separate process, but I wanted to mention that. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Daniel Daly. I'm a resident of the Lincoln Park area of Yonkers, right near Empire City Casino. I've lived in my home for 40 years, and I'm one of the new people on the block. That's how stable and well-regarded our neighborhood is. For the most part, we want to see MGM succeed. I know, speaking for myself, I do, and most of the people who I've spoken to want them to succeed. They want them to be prosperous, pay taxes, and provide jobs and many of the other things that were mentioned here tonight. But the main complaint that I hear and I feel myself is the traffic that it's going to bring. The building itself is set back from the roadway, so it's not going to have a huge impact like loud music. Most of it is going to be self-contained. But one thing that will not be self-contained is the traffic. And these are not theoretical problems. I invite anybody who thinks they are to go to the intersection of Central Park Avenue and Yonkers Avenue tomorrow and watch the traffic, or Yonkers Avenue and Belmont Avenue and watch how the traffic backs up. Now think of a weekend night or a holiday weekend when the casino is offering to give away a free car or a $100,000 grand prize that weekend. And imagine the traffic that's going to be coming there and then leaving later in the night. And to our friends at MGM, I say this. This property, if managed properly, if built properly, has the ability to be one of the crown jewels in your portfolio properties, if it's done right. And the investments you make will pay dividends for many years. And if you have to make investments now, like paying to widen streets or put new traffic signals in, or reimburse the Thruway Authority to build another exit or entrance for your property, you will make that money back many times over. So I want to say that, yes, I support the MGM casino coming in, but as the first speaker said tonight, good intentions are not enough. You need to do more, you need to make investments, and you need to make this property the best it could be and satisfy those fears that people have. They don't want to be hostages in their neighborhood on weekends when they say, I can't leave because the traffic is gridlock all around. We want it to be run right. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who hasn't spoken who would like to speak? I don't see any hands. I will ask my fellow members of the CAC, anyone have any comments that you want to make before we close? If not, then I will ask for a motion to.
I'm gonna make a comment, sorry.
Sorry.
I just want to thank everyone because I know that, you know, you're sitting here giving us the feedback and we appreciate that. Feedback is a gift. It's not always welcome sometimes, but it always, always is a gift. So thank you for taking your time and for caring and being concerned about your community.
Yes, thanks to everyone that took the time to come out tonight. Absolutely. So if there's no one else that wants to speak, then I'm going to ask if anyone here would like to make a motion to close the hearing. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.